Mouthwashing is a game and some stuff happens in it. What kind of stuff? I got you. No, seriously, I got you. There are some heinous things that happen in this game. Here's a quick content warning so you know what you're getting into. Okay, so there's this ship called the Tulpar, and it's transporting cargo in space. What kind of cargo? Don't worry about it yet. The Tulpar belongs to the Pony Express Company, and it has a staff of wacky crewmates. Meet Captain Curly, the intrepid hero who definitely won't crash a ship into an asteroid later. Anya, a sweetheart who kinda sucks as a nurse, but makes up for it by being Shelley Duvall. Swansea, a grumpy misanthrope with a heart of grumpy misanthropic gold. Daisuke, the perpetual ray of sunshine intern who just wants Swansea to be proud of him. And everybody's favorite, James. Things are going pretty good on the ship, except for a few minor issues like the company going under and laying everybody off mid-flight, and Daisuke getting on Swansea's nerves. He finds Chekhov's vent in the utility room, and he's like, "Hey Dad, I mean Swansea, can I climb into that super dangerous vent?" And Swansea's like, "No." And Daisuke's like, "Gonna." Then he accidentally gets covered in emergency goop. So Swansea gets his emotional support axe to free him. "This is mine now," Swansea says, gluing it to his hand so no one else can play with it for the rest of the game. One day, the ship comes down with crashed into an asteroid disease. Who crashed the ship? Don't worry about it yet. The ship survives the crash, but everyone is in pretty bad shape. Curly goes from being a handsome dude to an even more handsome dude. Jimmy gets promoted to Captain Jimmy, and everybody else is fine somehow. But great news, guys. Curly has finally kicked his debilitating addiction to having agency and skin, and Jimmy takes up a new hobby of giving Curly painkillers and doing violence to his body. Jimbles is like, "I am a good and responsible person," and Curly is like, So the crew does their best to try to clean up all of the emergency foam that's keeping everyone from being sucked into space, and Swansea's like, "The utility room with the emergency cryopods and dangerous vent is completely filled with foam. No one's going in there." And the rest of the crew goes, "We believe you, and will not investigate this further." And Daisuke goes, "It sure is a good thing the cryopods and dangerous vent won't come back up in the story." And Swansea goes, "Shut up, kid." With food and resources running low, they make the decision to open the cargo they're delivering and discover that it's all just a bunch of mouthwash. Swansea's like, "Oh, sweet. Screw my 13 years of sobriety. We can use this to get drunk." The rest of the crew goes, "Bet." So they do that a lot, except for Anya, for reasons. This ends up being the best idea with no negative consequences. So things aren't going so great on the ship, and everyone is breaking mentally and emotionally, and Jambles starts having hallucinations and cracking under the pressure of trying to hold everything together. But hey, at least he's doing a good job as captain. In fact, he's doing such a good job that Swansea is constantly drunk, Daisuke has an existential crisis about his place in the world, and Anya locks herself in the medbay with Curly. Jib Jab goes, "Dang it, we gotta get in there." And Daisuke goes, "Hey, that dangerous vent in the utility room goes straight into the medbay." And Swansea goes, "Utility room is still super goopy, sorry." So Jambly goes, "Hey, buddy. You want to drink this cocktail that isn't at all suspicious?" And Swansea goes, "Boy, do I." Bleh. So in the utility room, they discover that Swansea's been lying the whole time, and the room is pretty much fine, including the last working cryopod. Daisuke goes, "Oh wow, Dad, I mean Swansea sure did such a good job cleaning all this up in secret and with no evidence that he was doing any work at all over the past few months." And Jabroni goes, "Oh, you sweet summer child, never changed. Now go get in the danger hole." So Daisuke gets into the danger hole and gets super injured, but he manages to get the door to the medbay open. He's not doing so good, and they don't have any way to patch his wounds. Swansea decides to have some mercy and end Daisuke's suffering. He's like, "Sorry, kid. You deserve better than this. You know, Jimmy, Anya and I had a real interesting conversation. She told me about what happened. Take a good look. This right here, This is what taking fucking responsibility looks like. And then we get a flashback. So, before the crash, Anya goes to Curly and is like, hey, I really don't want to do Jimmy's psych eval. And Curly goes, Anya, is everything okay at home? And she goes, very no. So while talking with Anya, Curly learns that she's actually pregnant with Jimmy's child after he... Oh God! I'm not drawing that. The fuck, Jimmy? Jesus. Asshole. So after that, Curly goes to Jimmy and is like, Jimmy, the fuck, dude? And Jimmy's like, yeah, we're all gonna be in big trouble now. And Curly's like, wait, what did I do? And Jimmy's like, you're the captain, dude. Take some responsibility. And Curly's like, I really don't like you right now, Jimmy. And Jimmy's like, hey, I have an idea. How about instead of taking responsibility, I crash this ship into an asteroid so we can all die as tragic heroes instead? And Curly goes, that sure seems like the opposite of responsible. And Jimmy's like, what was that, Captain? I can't hear you over the sound of me crashing the ship into an asteroid. And Curly goes, wait, you were serious? BAM! Jimmy crashes the ship, Curly gets a makeover, everyone starts drinking mouthwash, things go all to shit, and now we're all caught up. So in the medbay, Juby discovers that Anya has overdosed on the rest of Curly's painkillers and died. Swansea has had exactly enough of Jimmy's bullshit, especially now that Daisuke's dead. So Jum Jum finds an emotional support revolver and plays tag with Swansea, but not before going banana bonkers and having some more hallucinations. Turns out that gun beats axe, and Jimmy gets the upper hand on Swansea. Swansea realizes he's about to die, so he goes, hey, I got something to say. If I had a nickel for every time there was a psychological horror game about a guy named James who torments someone in a medically compromised position and then goes banana bonkers, I'd spend both of my nickels on booze. Jimmy goes, I am a good captain. And Swansea goes, nuh-uh. Yeah-huh. Nuh-uh. Yeah-huh. Bad captain says what? What? Ha. Got him. Bang. Bleh. So at this point, Jambles is in shambles. His great and responsible captaining has gotten everybody else killed. But he decides that he can still redeem himself if he just saves Curly. So he goes to Curly and is like, hey buddy, eat this leg that I found on your body. And Curly goes, and Jimmy goes, that's the spirit. Hey, sorry about that whole crashing the ship into an asteroid thing. I really wasn't my best self. I'm finally ready to take responsibility for that, my one and only wrongdoing. And Curly thinks, what about Anya? And Jimmy's like, boy, it sure does feel great to get that off my chest. I sure am good at taking responsibility. And Curly's like, Anya! And Jimmy goes, okay, champ, time to hang out in this cryopod for 20 years, okay? Okay. So he puts Curly in the cryopod and shoots himself, bang, responsibly. Curly slowly freezes, doomed to drift through space with little to no chance of rescue. But hey, at least Jimmy never had to face any consequences for ruining every single life he touched. And that's all you need to know to practice good oral hygiene. Good luck! I got something to say. I got my first real six string, bought it at the 5 and dime, played it till my fingers bled. It was the summer of '69. Me and some guys from school had a band. We tried real hard. Well, Jimmy quit, Jody got married. You should have known we'd never get far. But when I look back now, that summer seemed to last forever. And if I had the choice, yeah, I'd always want to be there. Those were the best days of my life. Bang. I got something to say. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched C-beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in the rain. Time to die. Bang. I got something to say. According to all known laws of aviation. Bang.
Hey boss, welcome to the end of the video. I'm required by corporate policy to thank you for watching. Mondays are the worst, but you know what can make it better? Liking this video and subscribing to Love Story Gaming, as well as following us on Twitch, where we stream videographic games and books. The Pony Express Company would like to thank all the Patreon backers who took responsibility for this video. Please join me in corporate mandated special recognition for our employees of the month. Bella Luna Song, Blue Scala, Garlactic, Jack Twilight, Luke Kendig, Luna Everhart, Melissa Wilson, Moon Mad Eyes, Penn, and Wingnut. If you want to support the channel, please consider joining the Bean Battalion on Patreon. This concludes your corporate mandated break time. Don't forget to be your best self.
Thank you.